Diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Yeah, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, they find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Gonna dig this.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the Swac, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeant is with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Woo! What is going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Scotty in the building. Listen, I'm back home in South Carolina, Kakalaki, as they call it. All right, so listen, made it home safe. Drove 10 hours down. Drove about I think I drove about 4 hours. My girl drove about 6 hours. So I did 14. Okay, I did 14. She did 6. So let's just make that very clear. Listen, today is we're doing a Swac recap. Listen, this is not about me. All right, today is not about me. I did my rant. I did my little rant. I'm gonna get my little 2 cents. All right.
The conference.
I'm gonna give my little 2 cents or whatever, and I want to hear from y'all, man. Listen, I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what y'all got going, man. Hey, what's up, David? Appreciate you. No calling to this show. No calling in this show till you get done. Okay. What's up, Scotty? What's up, Sean? What's good with you? All right. So listen. So this is for y'all, man. I want to hear what your guys' opinion from different fans, from different areas. I know most of my people up in here. He said I took the power. Y'all is so, why y'all are so observant, huh? Why are y'all so observant? Chill out in my background. Chill out, man. Chill out. All right. So listen, I just want to hear from y'all. I know I'm usually heavy JSU, but I just want to hear from everybody what they feel the Swac recap is now. Real quick. All right. Before I get going, I got some announcements to make. All right, I got some off-script announcements. Listen, I have had inquiries, email after email after email. Yes, I do partnerships, and yes, I do sponsorships. All right, so if you're a business and you want to promote your stuff on here, hit me up in my email, offscriptofficial@gmail.com. All right, if you want to do a partnership with me, hit me up in my email, offscriptofficial@gmail.com. All right, so I'm open to both. So you don't have to email me to ask me if I'm open to it. I am open to it. Just it has to make sense for both of us. And listen, I really do this for you guys. So trust me, if you want to sponsor anything on my channel, I'm not going to beat you over the head for it. I just, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be reasonable. I promise you. And we can work something out or whatever, however you want to do it. All right. Now, listen. Now, this is what I'm excited about. All right. I was on Patreon. All right. And Patreon was, I'm not a fan. All right. So listen, I got a new membership with YouTube. Join my membership. If you see the subscribe, you're gonna see join right beside it. Right, there's 3 levels to it. I got the lowest level. If you just want to donate, like, hey, I love your channel, Scotty. Here's $5 a month. Whoop de whoop. I ain't gonna ask nothing of you and stuff like that. Cool. Then I got the premium jump at $20 a month, where about once or twice a month I'm gonna do a membership only live, and literally it's just me, whoever else is on there, and you can ask me whatever questions. Hey, if I have any breaking news, you know, what games am I going? Any questions you want to ask me, that is the time to do it. I mean, I answer most stuff, but if you want to be in that membership group, you just whatever question you want to ask. And listen, all I ask is if you do join that group, and I do tell you some breaking news, all right, it is imperative you keep it in the group. All right, if you're giving out information that you paid money to keep, that doesn't make anybody else have to pay. All right. So don't be that guy. All right. And be like, I'm just going to tell everybody. Then you're pretty much like passing all the information. You don't want to be that. All right. So don't do that. So listen, got the subscription there. Got that going and stuff like that. And the Dylan Spencer thing. See if you was in the membership. I knew that Sunday night. I think I found out Sunday night that Dylan was about trying to leave or whatever. So you would have already had that information, but that's neither here nor there. So, but I'll give it to Swac and the Fool. They broke the news. Congratulations. Swac and the Fool. They did that. You know what I'm saying? All right, now listen. Last but not least, is encouragement for FAMU. Now, a lot of people would say this is not a family-friendly show. I would disagree. Okay, I would disagree. I am family friendly as they come. Okay, I know every now and then I get a little beside myself, and some of the callers do as well, but I am family friendly. Okay, so this is just a slight encouragement to FAMU. All right, so if you're a FAMU fan or know somebody's a FAMU fan, make sure you clip this and send it to them. Okay, so listen, today I'm coming out of Psalms 30:5. All right, in the King James Version, it says, "For his anger endureth but a moment, in a favor in his life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning." Okay. And if you like me and you like the NLT version, it says, "For anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime." Okay. Weeping may last through the night, but joy, I say again, but joy come in the morning, okay? So if anybody knows McKay, okay, if anybody just let him know joy cometh in the morning. His starting job position might not come back, but joy will, okay? Just want to let that be. I am family friendly, okay? This is family friendly out here, okay? Just like to keep it peaceful, just like to keep it, nice and family friendly. All right. So that's my little announcements. Let the church say amen. Amen. Okay. All right. Now listen. Quick recap from me. All right. So week 1. Let's start off with what it always is. Jackson State, because everybody, they're like the Cowboys. They are the headliners. So not a bad game. I enjoyed it. I mean, I really did. I mean, defensive game never hurt nobody. I just was glad to see all the talent on the field for once, not scrimmages, not talking about how this or that may have happened or anything like that, but definitely just seeing the talent that Deion has, that Coach Prime, I apologize once again, that Coach Prime has assembled together and did that. You know what I'm saying? So I can say I was happy to see that overall. Let me get this going real quick, guys. Apologies. Do. All right. Oh, I got a first call. Let me get the caller. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey.
What's up?
So I went back and watched the game.
Talk to me.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's outrageous to say that Marquise Bell, and let me say, I know Marquise Bell is top notch. I think he was ranked number 1, top 40 HBCU prospect. Is it fair to say after watching the game, just on the game, if I would drop from Mars and I just watched that game, is it fair to say that he probably was the 3rd best safety in that game? Easily. Now that freshman Jackson State had, I think number 12,
Cam.
That dude was everywhere.
Listen.
First play of the game and the last play of the game, I'm like, wow, that dude was everywhere. Second off, Shiloh.
Yeah.
Shiloh was making the plays to me that Marquise Bell was built up to make. Not to say Marquise had a bad game, but it was just like, the plays on the field, Jackson State safeties were making those.
Bro, you're not.
What you think?
Listen. I cannot disagree with you, my guy. Listen. People going. I wasn't a Marquise Bell fan. Okay, listen, and that was back from me watching the Bethune Cookman game. So what I watched, I'm talking about 2019. I wasn't a Marquise Bell fan. Now everybody from FAMU ranted and hollered. He's the best. He did not. How in the biggest game you don't show up? Like you're an afterthought in the game. Now it's 2 things. Was it him or the coach is not putting him in position? Because if we want to go a little deeper, I think Dennis Thurman showed his athletes abilities. Like you saw,
I agree.
You saw what Cam was. You saw what Shiloh could do. You saw what the abilities of these corners and safeties could do. So he's like literally like, I'm a man up across the board. And you're not going to beat me. Like you're not going to beat my corners. You're not going to throw the ball. And my safeties are going to do everything and clean up everything else. And listen, that boy Cam, as a true freshman, is he's a problem. Like and the thing I like about him more than Shiloh, because I think he was the best safety on the field. And now
I agree.
Do I think FAMU could have done a better job of exploiting him in coverage? Absolutely. But if you want to talk about somebody who's a sure tackler, and that's what I like in a safety. Don't get me wrong, Shiloh's big hits work, but if you go against a corner, if you go against a running back or a receiver who is as big as you and can take that hit,
wrap up.
Exactly. You're going to be on the ground and he's going to still be running. I don't like. He reminds me of a Roy Williams type, and I don't like those types because they're bigger bust. You know what I'm saying? Like you either or you're like, damn, why you just didn't tackle the guy? You know what I'm saying? So. Those are like, flashy plays.
Got it. Well, on one play, like I said, I went back and watched the game. Mm-hmm. One play I did see Shiloh came and filled the hole, and I think I don't know if he was a bigger back, but he went for his knees.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like I still have a problem because I agree with you. Like I want to see my tacklers wrap up.
Facts.
But it's like he went for his knees. So you know what I mean. I get it. As long as I don't know, like I said, I didn't see any missed tackles. So
that's
so
true.
Far, so good.
That's true. That's true. But see, okay, like, and I love that the fact that you went back and watched the game and you made the assessment. Like, I appreciate that for real, because people just come on here talking. But I think what teams are going to start doing is like, they're like, hey, if you see if you see Shiloh coming, all you got to do is make a miss. If you make a miss, you out the gate. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because he don't bring his arms. Now, Cam, oh, no, you ain't going nowhere. Oh, you ain't going nowhere. If he meets you in the hole, you done. It's just that simple because he forms tackles so well. Face mask in chest, shoulder in chest, arms wide. I mean, he's literally filling he might be 5'8", 5'9", but he makes himself 5'11", 6'1" because he takes up so much space with his arms and trying to tackle. Listen, I would take him to war with me any day. Do you hear me?
Hey,
any day.
Hey, Scotty, look. Another thing, I don't want to be in here too long, but look. So after watching the game again, I know Aubrey Miller, and he had a good game too. He won Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, Defensive Player of the Week for Swac. I thought Houston was the best defensive player on the field. He made the game-saving tackle. I mean, sack. Like, and if you watch that last play, that last sack, it wasn't. Now, granted, Cam came from the end, but he made a move, and it's like the tackle couldn't reach him, and he was making those plays all day. So I think Houston was kind of. A lot of people ain't really talking about him, but I thought he had a pretty big impact on that game too.
I agree. Now I have this one. I have to be honest. I haven't seen the TV copy. All I can go about is when I saw at the game. So from my viewpoint, Aubrey was just very, very disruptive. But I got to go back and watch the TV copy. So I can't even really give you a full assessment on it. But from what I have heard from other people, some people say Aubrey, some people said Houston. For me, I had to dock points from Houston because he got the ball took from him by a running back that's like half his size. That's just me.
No, that wasn't him.
That wasn't him? Okay. That was Hop.
42.
That was Hop. Okay, that must have been Baron Hobson then. So, okay, so other than that, then we good then. So I have to go back and watch the tape, and I'll definitely get back with y'all and let y'all know what I see. But I mean, Aubrey's the name. You get what I'm saying? And there's no shot to him, and he's this big, imposing figure. But once again, Dennis Thurman did his job. Did you see Aubrey out in coverage? Hell no. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His job is see ball, go get ball, be missile. Because ain't nobody gonna want to block him. Hey,
look, let me get two more things in.
Go ahead. Do you think?
Okay. As far as I was projecting now, I know it's a while away, but A&M and Jackson. Now, I seen you talking yesterday, and I'm a Akil Glass fan. I think he's the best in HBCU football, period.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing I like that Jackson can do, though, one thing that a great quarterback always have a problem with is a pass rush. If Jackson can bring that same pass rush against A&M, I think they got a good chance.
All right, so let me tell you where the FAMU offense messed up and the Alabama offense is a little different, right? So,
hey, hold on, and one more thing, Scotty, on that point. And I listened to Willie Simmons' press conference today, and he said that FAMU ranked in 2019. They was like the fourth. They gave up like the fourth least sacks in the I guess in the FCS.
Mm-hmm.
So keeping in mind, this is a pretty good offensive line. Even though I know they were schemed, especially in the beginning, they were schemed. Jackson did their thing scheming against them, but this is not no weak offensive line we talking about.
It's okay. So I can tell you one thing: the first two quarters they were not prepared. Okay, they were not prepared. Okay, now people, and I've read some of the Swac blogs and Facebook groups or what they said. Somebody said the offensive line was the hindrance of the team. No, once they got their bearings, it was on the quarterback. It was on the quarterback making the.
And Willie Simmons said that.
Once they got their bearings, and this is me not. I haven't heard his press conference. All I got was the news that number 7 was the starting quarterback. That's all I got. Yeah, that's the only breaking news I have not. So I don't want y'all to think I'm repeating this. I have not heard his press conference. Real. I was gonna play it, but I couldn't find it. So once the offensive line got their bearing and they got it became on the quarterback then. You know what I'm saying? Because they were picking it up. He had time to throw. You can't tell me he didn't have no time to throw, and he's skipping passes in the dirt. Like I'm literally watching him skip passes in the dirt. So my thing is this: with Alabama A&M, one, they're going to have film on Jackson State. That's huge. I don't. They're going to have film. They're going to have multiple games. They're going to see how they played a power FBS team, lower level team, what they do. They're going to have plenty of film to understand. Okay, where can we attack? What can we not? And what can we not do? All right. Two. What my issue was with FAMU is they didn't max protect not one time. I mean, not once did they max protect just to let McKay see something like, hey, McKay, just see if you can throw it deep one time. Like, just give him enough time to really get his bearings in it. They didn't do that. So I don't think, do I think Akil Glass is next level? Yes, but I don't think they're just going to leave him out as a sitting duck. They're not going to do that. They're gonna leave a tight end in. They're gonna leave backs in. They're gonna do all the things that are necessary. Were there any running back screens? No, there was a lot of wide receiver screens, but not enough running back. There's a lot of things you can do. And if we're being honest, if Alabama A&M can get their running game together, you can run on Jackson State. The D tackles and Blue Bloods, and me and Blue Bloods are in this chat, and I have to give credit for Blue. I didn't understand why FAMU kept pounding the ball in the first quarter. And I'm like, bro, they're getting stopped. Like they're not going anywhere. And Blue kept telling me, he's like, bro, it's going to open up. They're over pursuing. It's going to open up. They're over pursuing. And come to find out, third and fourth quarter, that's all Bishop Bonnet kept doing, cutting off the back end, cutting off the back. So I think going forward that Jackson State is going. And listen, and I'll be 100. I can't say who told me, right? I reached out to somebody in Alabama, and they told me flat out, if Jackson State runs that mess, they're going to eat them alive. All right. I'm telling you that for a fact. All right.
Sounds good. That sounds good.
That's all I heard. That's all I can't tell you if it was a player or a coach, but I'm telling you straight up, they was like, listen, if they run that against us, it's not going to be pretty. That's all I'm gonna say.
But on that tip though, this is the same defense, Dennis Thurman from the Jets. It's the same defense he running there. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. I'm interested to see that matchup, though. Like I say, one way or another, it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna be at the game. What's up? Last point.
All right, last point. With Shadur, I went back and watched. Like I said, I went back and watched. Okay, minus the two mistakes, the two big mistakes. If you really watch Shadur, if he wouldn't have had, let me ask you this question: if he wouldn't have made those two fumbles, what would your grade have been for Shadur?
B+.
Okay, that's cool.
B+.
Because he made some great throws, man. Like if he cuts off on those mistakes moving forward,
yeah, easily
if
B+.
If he understands, I can't be Superman, and he makes simple throws like, man, sheesh. I mean, like I said, that throw he made the lotto
was perfect.
He made the lotto,
perfect. Perfect.
Think about how difficult that is to throw over two defenders. And put that.
Whoa. Okay. Hold up now. Hold up. Throwing over two defenders and throwing a ball, leading a receiver to a spot, and the defenders converging on that spot are two different things. You get what I'm saying? So he didn't. The defenders weren't there, and he threw it over them. No. He threw it to a spot, and they all converged on the spot. But the way where he threw it was only to where Lotto could get it. That's what made it so pretty. I mean, it literally was in his it was like an extended handoff. It was so pretty. It literally was an extended handoff, and he dropped it. But
that's all I had one. Like I said, I just seen Shadur. Like I say, Shadur just would have cut off on those turnovers, man. He would have had a decent. I agree with that. A good B+.
Yeah, B+.
Like,
yeah.
He didn't throw. It was no pass he threw that was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, none of that. It was just
efficient. It was efficient. No, it was efficient.
Right.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but that's it, though, man. Appreciate the time.
Hey, anytime, my guy. Appreciate the call. That was a nice little call. I like that. That's a good way to start it off. Hey, call you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, you know who this is, man. It's your boy Art from St. Louis.
Talk to me.
Man, I predicted it to be that 30. But I knew it was going to be a defensive game. And what did we say? Me and you. If they don't use their tight end,
it's going to be a long day.
It's going to be a long day. You gotta use the tight end, man. Man, I've been playing football all my life, bro. And if you don't use the tight end to open that defense up, so you can run and pass at the same time, you got to close that middle because nobody played the middle on them.
Nobody, no,
You know
and they didn't throw it, and they didn't throw it,
and they didn't throw it.
They didn't throw it.
So the thing is, you didn't throw your slants, you didn't throw your digs. You was just throwing deep. You know, he was throwing outs. That's
and
fine.
screens. Yep.
But for the like of me, man, I'm not understanding why we don't run our running backs on the outside.
Oh yeah. Okay. So are you a FAMU fan or?
I'm a Jackson State fan, but I'm a football fan.
So are you saying why didn't FAMU run their backs to the outside, or why didn't Jackson State? Which one?
Neither team did, bro.
Well, they didn't do. They did like. I mean, Peyton Pickett did go off tackle, but it wasn't it was like that. That's how it is now with the spread. You go sideways, so it's kind of like a sideways off tackle. It's not the traditional, going like I formation, dive right off tackle. Like a 95 or 97, whatever they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that traditional side, but they did.
43, 44 holes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's understandable. But in order to open that run up, man, you can't run up the middle every time because that's everybody knows let's clog up the middle. Clog up the middle.
I think
you clog up the middle, the game over.
But see, in FAMU did it really well. And even when they did go off tackle, because if you watched a couple plays early, Jackson State they went off tackle early in the game, like with Santee, with Peyton Pickett. He did kind of he did truck Nugget when he went off tackle. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Bishop Bonnet. I mean, not Bishop Bonnet, number 23. Yeah, number 23 or Bishop. Okay. One of them two did. So go ahead.
So I know you're a football guy. I know for a fact that when you in the red zone, you use the wider side of the field.
I don't know why teams go short side. If you go short side, it better be a fade. Listen, it's only 2 times you go short side. It's to the fade or it's a fake right. And the tight end, the tight end like floats out the backside. You know what I'm saying? Like he's usually always by himself.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the only time you go short side. But yeah.
Man. But I heard you and my brother talking about how my man made them passes. And we also got to remember that it was raining at the same where he made them fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Or he gonna have to go to practice and he gonna have to go to practice and eat that.
Yeah. But see,
you see what I'm saying?
He will, but at the same time he won't.
Go ahead.
He will, but he won't. You get what I'm saying? Because at the same time, it's different when it's okay, like McKay. McKay knows if he effed up, there's no coming back. You see him you see what I'm saying? Like he knows there's people behind. There's nobody behind Shedeur, so he eats it like, okay, cool, I'm gonna eat it. But he's gonna tell himself, I need to get better. I have a standard for myself, but nobody behind him is gonna push him to be better. It's all inner drive for Shedeur. Like if I want to be great, if I say I want to be legendary, I can't do that. You get what I'm saying? But there's nobody behind him pushing him. Nah, ain't nobody behind him pushing him.
But Shedeur, but I'm up here in Texas. But Shedeur always have corrected his own mistakes. It didn't take for nobody to push Shedeur to correct his mistakes. He saw everything that he did wrong, and I guarantee you that young man gonna go and watch that film, and he gonna say, okay, I can't do this, and I can't do this. If I do this, this gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you, both of them teams, man, played their heart out on that field, man. And the defense, oh my God.
Yeah, on both ends.
Them defensive ends on both teams, and I already know my man, number 5 on FAMU. I knew he was going to bring the wood, but, man, you got stellar outside linebackers, bro.
They do. Jackson State, man, listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to let you go. So, for me, Jackson State's linebackers they're legit, and once again, Thurman did an awesome job of not putting his players in bad positions to make them look bad. He put the right people out on the wings. He put the right person in the middle to fill it up. You know, like it was perfect, man. It was perfect. Now, fam, listen, that defensive coordinator couldn't, okay. You guys are going to say, but the game was 7-6, Scotty. Not because of the defensive coordinator. It wasn't because of him. It was because of 92, the D-line, and Shador was on payroll for the first half. That's the only reason that this game was not out of hand. Do you hear me? Okay? Because if you watch that game, they never changed anything. It was literally a base setup, and they just kept giving routes. They were just zoning up, and Shador was picking them apart. To me, if you have a freshman starting the game, what Dennis Thurman did to Rashawn McKay, FAMU should have done to some extent. I don't know if they have the players to do everything, but they should have did the same thing to Shador. But hey, man, I gotta let you go. Appreciate the call, my guy.
10-4, but they never let them. They didn't blitz enough.
They did not blitz enough. Did not blitz enough. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scott? It's David from Tallahassee.
What's up, David? Talk to me.
Hey, brother, I was trying to reach you last time, but I know your lines were busy, man. I told you I was going to catch up with you about the Orange Blossom, man. But I just had a couple things I want to just move through, man. Obviously, everything's been said about the game. We can talk all day about JSU's defense. I really think going forward, first of all, I'm going to give Shador's performance a C-. I think the 2 turnovers cost him. It just irritated me to watch. I'm like, man, you got momentum. And every time he turned the ball over, whether there's a fumble, he took the air out of, the momentum that was going to cost that game to really get out. You just felt, I can only imagine how it was. I didn't go to the game. I watched it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You just felt that if there was a touchdown that was scored, I think FAMU would have packed it in. I think it's because of how the defense was playing for JSU. But I think one thing I will say, I think moving forward, because I think right now, and this is me being straight up, just honest JSU fan, I think right now you need to look at Shiloh Sanders as a game manager until he can kind of learn the offense and get there. I would love to see them put Warren Newman in more run situations, whether it be like, them doing some reverses with him or getting onto the outside to help those running backs in the middle, because that'll spread the defense out, and Newman will be more incorporated in that offense. I think, like you said, them including Warren in the running game and those quick, I think those slants they can throw, those RPO slants they can throw, man, that can really help Shador out, especially as they're going through the September schedule. So that's just my 2 cents on that.
Okay.
For that game. I want to real quick, man. I want to talk about 2 teams I think are sleepers based off their performance in the East and West, man. First of all, mad props to Grambling. I think Grambling is definitely a sleeper in the West. I think they can make some noise and do some things. Now, I know it was Tennessee State. I know it was Eddie George's first game. I'm going to be honest. I looked at the highlights. I had to go back and really look at that game. But I was very impressed with what Grambling was able to do, considering what they look like in the spring.
Okay.
I think they have a chance to really make some noise in the West.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like what BCU did against El Paso, man. I know a lot of our HBCUs, we talk about this all the time. They get these money games and they just lay down. That's what happened with SU and Troy. I turned that game off at halftime. That game was over. But, for what BCU was able to do, I think the Cats really, I know they were voted to be like bottom tier of the Swac East, man. They look like they can be, if not win the Swac East debatably with Alabama A&M and obviously JSU, what they were able to do this week. I'm talking this week, what I saw this week.
Yeah, I got you. So
that's subject to. But BCU, man, they look nice. You can tell that offensive coordinator they got over there has a clue about how to maximize his talent. Again, I have to take a look at the full game. Again, I'm just basing off highlights. But I'm really excited about BCU and Graham, because I think they weren't receiving the proper respect at the start of the season. Obviously, they were picked to finish below like 5th and I think 4th, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm excited about those 2 teams and what they're able to do. They can really cause some problems, I think, both divisions.
I wanted to get your take about what you thought.
All right, so I appreciate you for bringing up something other than Jackson State. I really do. So the Grambling game, I saw snippets of it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a fan of Elijah Walker. So I don't know what Grambling needs to do. I don't know if Noah Bowden's ready to step up. Elijah Walker is not the answer for me. But that's just my personal opinion. So, but I've always thought Grambling's defense was amazing. Like, they're fast, they're quick. When I saw them play against Jackson State, I was like, oh wow, they're pretty quick. Like they do their thing. So I think their defense is going to be really, really good. Like I said, Elijah Walker to me is not the answer. Bethune, now I have to be completely honest. I haven't seen any highlights or the game, but I did see the score, and I saw the score was like they were down by a touchdown going into the fourth quarter, which to any FBS school is an accomplishment to itself. So I know they were doing something well, but from what me and Cut talked earlier, Cut Day Sports, we talked earlier, and he said that he liked the simplistic play calling that they were doing. Like, they weren't putting themselves in problematic situations. The defense was really good, and he liked the simple play calling that they were making just to keep the game close and tight. So if Bethune is that good, or I don't know if UTEP is that bad, but they're going to be somebody to watch out for in the East as well. And I think that Bethune and Jackson State game is really going to test Jackson State's D line.
It's an underrated game, but I'm gonna take a step further because I don't even know if you saw the schedule, but Alabama A&M actually plays Bethune next Thursday.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
So
that's a good one. I don't think the thing. I don't. I do and I don't. I think it's gonna be a good matchup to see in the trenches. But once again, you got to understand when Alabama A&M steps on the field, they're like the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not about defense for them. It's, can you keep up with us scoring? Because if we get in front of you, it's a track meet, and we're going to make it a track meet, and we want it to be a track meet because we're going to constantly keep putting the pressure on your quarterback and your offensive coordinator to call. Because, like, even if they were down 21-7, and they came back and won 42-41. Like, they know they're going to put up, and that's with Jenkins fumbling a punt that leads to a touchdown. I think, and Abdul and the interception. Oh, no, he didn't throw an interception, did he? I didn't think he threw an interception.
I think I want to say Glass did throw a couple interceptions.
No. He didn't throw any interceptions. He didn't throw any interceptions.
He did.
No, he had 4 TDs, 1 running touchdown, and Hilaire, Abdul, and Zay both dropped like a big conversion. But it's okay. But yeah. So that all led to scoring drives. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is just fumbles. I'm sorry. Thanks, Lawrence. He said 3 fumbles. My bad. No interceptions, but they had 3 fumbles. Okay, my bad.
I knew there were some turnovers there.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Appreciate that, guys. But yeah, but see, at the end of the day, like that's what Alabama A&M is built for. That a lot of teams aren't built for that. Right. And let me be honest to say, because I'm gonna be at that game, Jackson State, Alabama A&M. You best believe I'm gonna be in that jank, front row center with my Quincy Casey jersey on. Okay, let's be very.
Absolutely, my guy. Absolutely.
I will be up in that mug, but but what I'm saying is that you're going to have a shootout because they're going to put up points. It is what it is. They're going to put up points. So
last point, man.
Go ahead. Do you think
the bad man? I'm really concerned about Alabama State and what I saw against Miles. Now I know Miles was the SEAC champion, so they're not a slouch team by any matters, but I think, again, for all my Alabama State folks, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Ezra Gray got injured somewhere earlier in the game.
Ooh.
And so I'll be very interested to see your rankings of Nettles without Ezra Gray, because I believe this team goes as far as what Ezra Gray is able to take them for Alabama State.
Yeah,
if he's not on the field, I believe that Nettles gets exposed there because I don't think he's quite ready to take the reins quite yet. I saw some potential flashes, some Shador-like throws from him, but I haven't seen it yet to really say, okay, this guy is a Glass, this guy is, Prairie from USC. He's ready to take the reins and take over completely of that.
Yeah, I don't.
Your opinion is based off of right.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a half opinion, and I appreciate the call, my guy. I'm gonna answer your question, but appreciate the call.
Yeah,
right.
Last one, you good.
So I'm gonna give you half of the scenario because I didn't see the whole game, right? So I don't like because stats are very misleading if you don't watch the game, right? I never believed in Alabama State's offense because I don't know what receivers they have that are all world, you know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody you can just really depend on and trust. And I think that team goes with the running game, Ja'Cory Merritt and Ezra Gray. Ezra Gray is the explosive. Ja'Cory Merritt is more the inside back guy, you know, pounder, bruiser, even though he's kind of like a small frame type guy. So I think Ryan Nettles does go as far as his running game goes. And when you have to, we all know when you have to load the box and it has to be man on man outside, I mean, that's the easiest read a quarterback can have. So when you take that aspect away, then, you know, you start looking a little bit more average than normal. And I remember people talking to me when I said, I think that the HBCU championship should be opened up to D2 schools. They're like, oh my God, Miles can't compete. Oh, well, okay. Keep talking that mess. That's all I'm saying. Miles came up and they showed up and showed out. Hey, real quick, it's over 300 people on this stream. Let me get my likes up. You know what it is. Stop playing with me. Give me my likes. Give me my thumbs up. All right, got 70 likes right now. Give my thumbs up. Stop playing with me. All right. So shout out to Mr. Campbell for hooking me up with the video. I'm about to play some of this breakdown of the post-game conference. All right, so with Willie. So let me play a little bit of this and we're gonna get into it. All right, so a
lot of hype around the game, rightfully so. I thought the game was done, played really well. I thought they competed. I thought they flew around. They played with an attitude that that you come to expect from a team of that caliber of the talent that we have on that side of the ball. I thought they were physical, and again, our biggest deal was stop the run, and we did that. Held them to less than 100 yards rushing. They only had 4 explosive plays, and so we wanted to limit those explosive plays. And a couple of those were big balls that they threw up, and made some great plays on one-on-one balls, 50-50 balls, and so. The one explosive run they had, we missed 3 tackles. And so that was the only time I could say that we didn't tackle well. So we have to do a better job as playmakers when we get it, being dynamic. We didn't really make anybody miss on Sunday, which is very uncharacteristic of this group that's been dubbed the Rat Boys 2.0. And so we did some things in spurts, but just as a whole, we did not play route the football offensively. And that's something that we have to really, really get back to the drawing board on. And our guys are a resilient group, and I know we'll get better offensively. I have no doubt about that. But I'm more worried about that. Not worried. I'm more concerned about that than I am about what Fort Valley will bring to the table defensively.
Coach, yes, I know McKay had a bad day at the office, and he would be the first to say that as well. But there was also a lot of times where he faced a huge rush, and there were a lot of QB hurries and pressures. How much of that is a factor in what went down as well, in addition to being out of rhythm? And then secondly, schematically from the offensive line, what needs to be addressed?
Yeah, no, you're right. I played the position, so I know how it is when you're looking up at the sky every time you throw the football, and it gets to you. It affects your rhythm. It affects your timing. It affects that internal clock in your head to make you think that you have time to throw the football. So early in the game, we had a 3rd down situation where, Chad Hunter's running scot-free, and if we throw that pass and complete it, it's a touchdown, But after being hit a few times, Rashawn, that mental clock went off prematurely, and they had a 3-man rush, but he wasn't thinking about that. He was thinking about the times before that he was being picked up off the turf. And so he didn't read his keys. He took off running, So it's easy to say he played a bad game or, all those things. But we must play better up front. We were top 4. We gave up the 4th least amount of sacks in 2019. And the 3 teams that were better than us all ran flex ball. So they don't throw the football at all. So for teams that pass the ball, we were the best in the country at protecting the quarterback. And we had way too many hurries on Sunday. We had 3 sacks. Which I don't think we've ever had a game since we've been here where we've been sacked 3 times. And so, again, just did not play very well up front. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of technical, fundamental flaws that are uncharacteristic of us. But we have a talented group, and we have a coach that knows what he's doing, and so we'll get those things fixed. And I seriously doubt that you'll see our quarterback ever, take the beating that he took again from last Sunday.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back to this later, but I gotta give it up to Coach Willie Simmons. Listen, I was gonna come on here and rant and tell him how bad he looked and how bad his team looked, but I love him taking ownership of that. I love him taking telling everybody like that won't happen again. It's just I just like leadership like that. That's a leader. All right. That's a leader, not blaming the kids, not blaming, the people who, I like that. It's not going to happen again. We going to get it fixed. Like, I like that. I just simply, I do. So shout out to you, Coach Willie Simmons. I really do like that. So we'll see what's going on. Let me see. Off script, the Jawan pass video is done for the breakdown. Hey, appreciate it, Cut. All right. So I will say this, though. I don't care what Rashawn McKay was thinking. That boy couldn't throw. He just couldn't throw. I don't care what you want to talk about. I didn't say it was props on him for making them play, but I need to see him take on some blocks. Listen. I'm not gonna get on now, Gaddy. Okay, that's just I don't want everybody to say I'm hating. So I'm gonna just leave that alone. All right. Mr. Moore, talk to me. You live.
What's up, bro?
What's good? Talk to me.
Okay, good, bad, ugly. Where you want to start?
Hit me with the ugly first. Hit me with the ugly.
The ugly, now it's Gaddy.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, off the rip.
Yep, that now it's Gaddy. Now, that game showed y'all why he got 5 sacks in practice right there. No point, no purpose. The man he's slow off the ball. You take bad angles, and he just thinks too much. Where he was looking like he was at practice playing tag with the quarterback, for real. It didn't look like he wanted no sack. He wasn't hungry. See, when 41 came in there, he wanted to eat, so he was getting to the ball. Now it's Gaddy, bad angles. Don't like him.
Listen, I would agree, but then everybody's gonna say I'm hating. So I'm just gonna listen. It's your world. I'm just living in it. Hit me with the bad.
All right. I need you to not be Uncle Scotty, okay?
All right.
The bad is Dejon Courtney Warren.
Boy, you hit it with the whole name. Oh, not your own blood. Not your own blood.
Oh, bruh. Cramping though. Cramping. As big as the game it is, you gonna get caught for cramping. Like I told you earlier today, I think that last Gatorade that he drank on your show was probably the last Gatorade he drank.
Wow. Not your own flesh and blood. Yo, you crazy. Boy, you real.
He called me before the game and he was all amped. And then I watched the game. And then you had to text me and tell me what was going on. I was like, where the hell is my son at?
Mm-hmm.
And then for him to say cramping, come on, dog. Are you serious? Are you really serious? 3 IVs and you still cramping?
Wow.
Total letdown.
You said a total letdown?
Total letdown.
Boy, you dumb. All right, hit me with the good. What's good?
Because you know that JSU ain't my team. I'm a supporter just like you. I ain't know if I should keep the game on or turn it off for real.
That's real though. I can respect that. That's real. And listen, I have to be fair because I know you and Nugget pretty personally.
There you go, dude.
I gotta be fair. Like, listen, y'all think he's doing this because he's on the show. Like, I've been on three-way calls with him, Nugget, and me, and I mean just demolishing Nugget. Like what I'm talking about in the spring. So Deion looked at his preseason. I'm talking about like straight going in. Like, that's not what I taught you. That's not what we do. we're trying to go round 1, 2. Like, what do you like? I'm talking, but it's all based off football. It's not about it's just he knows what his son is capable of, and that's not the standard that he set. So listen, I know you guys are probably thinking like, oh, no. That's just Mr. Warren is just like that, bro. I'm telling you, he's like that all the time. There's no turning it off. But go ahead.
Yeah, the good was the intensity, though. The defense was running to the ball. Shador had commanded the offense. The offense was running good. You could tell that they practice more on passing than running.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they need to have a practice that they focus more on the run. But Shador is no game manager. He's a field general.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Say that one more time for the people in the back. I like that assessment. I give you that. I'll give you that.
He's a field general. That's what Shador is. And before I get off of here, one more bad. It was Zach from Blue Bloods, your call on the FAMU game. I told you that Brandon was the smart one.
What did Brandon say?
Brandon said that JSU was going to win. Zach took FAMU.
Oh, he did. He did. Yes, he did. He did. He said Brandon is the smart one.
I ain't gonna say nothing bad about FAMU. Mr. Campbell handled that business for me, so I ain't gonna dog them too bad though.
No, I got you.
But Peekaboo Bill showed his true self, didn't he?
You stupid. What is wrong with you?
I'm getting off this line.
All right, my guy.
I'm not gonna take it the first time I do.
I appreciate. Oh man. Hey, listen. That's a dad's dad right there, boy. I'm trying to tell you, that's a dad's dad. All right, let me see. Let me get to some calls I haven't seen before.
Oh man.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
That's a dad's dad right there.
Hello, Scotty.
Malcolm.
Hey, how you doing?
How do I always pick you? And I swear you be changing numbers all the time. You always get picked. That's why go ahead, Malcolm. Go ahead.
Well, for me, the ugly was the crowd because I thought it'd be 66,000 people, and it was probably barely 40,000.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And to say that that's the most anticipated HBCU game, and even myself, I was like, well, because at the very beginning of the game, it started to pour down. But then, I guess, 5-10 minutes later, it went away. But I was thinking about just staying at the beach, and didn't have that type of game. And I don't have the football technical knowledge. That's why I would never call in to talk about football specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to look at the casual fans. It was a little bit of a snooze fest. I like good defense, but what about the numerous delay of games and full starts? It was just like that wasn't it wasn't pleasing to the eye. I watched the crowd for various reasons. That's the good. I guess I could jump to the good because of I'm a single man, but everybody was looking at their phone. So and after the around the third and fourth quarter, and then people would react to certain things, and then I guess the bad, the officiating. So it was just it was a little bit of a disappointment, especially if people travel to the game. Because and the only reason I think you had that many people, and that's why I'm going to end this quickly, but we talk about the Dion effect. Well, that shows he didn't have that many effect because I want to bet there was probably 5,000 that probably said, you know what, I'm in Miami, I'd rather go, and maybe not even 5,000, but I know some people probably just said, I'd rather go to the beach. Some of the women decided I want to go shopping or whatever. Who came out of town, they decided they're not going to go to the game.
That's fair.
And some people probably, and so, and then, so how much effect does he have? Because if that's the biggest game, and I don't think the Memphis game is going to be that huge, then it really was a disappointment, unfortunately. So, it is what it is. But I still enjoyed it. But it was more so Miami than the game.
Hey, before you go, Malcolm.
Yeah.
What's up with Texas Southern? What happened? Cat got your tongue.
We're gonna keep our heads up, and we're gonna tighten it up.
Hold up, you got something to say about everything else, and then I asked you about your alma mater, and you ain't got nothing to say.
Texas Southern, it's in Houston. People, we just need to stay focused. If we focus on winning, then we'll win. If we, it's something you can't understand. Texas kids, they have a different mindset.
Okay, boy, you sound like a lawyer talking in circles right now, boy. I respect it, Malcolm. I know you ain't gonna throw your alma mater on the bus. Respect, my guy. Hey, appreciate the call, Malcolm.
Have a blessing.
You too. That boy was running. He's a runner. He's a track star. He gonna run away when it gets hard. He can't take the pain. He won't get scarred. That boy was running. He did not want to answer that question. No, sir. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? It's Coach Hart from Pittsburgh.
Hey, talk to me.
North Carolina.
Talk to me, Coach.
I just wanted to give some thoughts over the Orange Blossom game. So first of all, shout out to my homeboy, Milton Magic Patterson. He is the D-line coach for FAMU, and they really came in, and I think they set the tone in the running game.
Facts.
Everyone's talking about Jackson State's D-line, but I think they showed that Jackson State's O-line is very soft in the run. They were in their chests. They couldn't get off. Second thing, I want to flip now, talk about pass protection. You got 3 basic pass protections: Bob, which is big on big. You block man on, half slide. First uncovered lineman starts to slide, and then full slide. So all you had to do is slide to Gaddy every time. So I don't understand that coaching. He was just coming
scot-free.
Yeah,
scot-free.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the DN, but he was just coming from the second level. All you got to do is slide to him. But I didn't quite understand that. Other than that, I think the good would be, like another caller said, Shador is a field general. You got to unleash the beast. He has to throw 40 times a game. And, I love to see how this season plays out. Because FAMU, I think we saw the 2 best defensive lines in the SWAC a couple days ago.
I will have to wait till I see Bethune in the SWAC as well. I think they'll have something to say about that. But Coach, let me ask you a question, right? Scenario, right, for you. So I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. One, would you have benched McKay at halftime?
Yeah, I would have benched him before halftime. He was shook. Even if you get him blitzed, he wasn't trying to throw the hot route. You see, when they put 7 in, he was tearing that zone up.
Yeah, sure
they had to go man on him at the end of the game to win. If they stayed in zone, they would have lost.
Okay. My next question is in the no huddle, right? Okay, so Bishop Bonnet just broke for that big run in the 4th quarter. I think it's like a minute 15, minute 10 left, right? Now, how I was taught is you look at you look when you're coming down the field, the quarterback looks at the sideline, during the hurry up, he gets the call. He sticks with the call. You don't audible in a 2-minute because of the simple fact you don't have the time to. So I'm wondering why they did a check with me offense and they allowed that kid to audible, because then they got the delay of game. Then they got pushed back 5 yards. And then now my last question would be, is how would you do that? Because I've always we were taught, look at the sign, get the call, run the play, because you don't have time to do that. So how would you do that?
Exactly how you said it. He broke that run. It was down the left hash. So the ball was spotted on the left hash after that run. So usually you want to run the play to the wide side of the field. Number one, because that's more space, and you want to think about setting up your kicker as well too. So, but you never really audible because time is precious, and you wasted all your timeouts in the earlier parts of the game because you couldn't slide your line and pick up
a very easy. It's not even a blitz concept because they had 3 down linemen and Gaddy was just standing up. So, you wasted all your timeouts. You definitely can't audible. You got to run what's called, try to get out of bounds, get something to happen, and then see the next play. So they really messed up right there.
Okay, and my last question for you, Coach. Do you go for the 4th down or do you kick the field goal?
You got to kick the field goal. Points is a premium, especially in a tight game like this.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't getting good quarterback play. Your D-line played their hearts out all game. Like the other caller said, it was shown that FAMU safeties were the 3rd or 4th best safeties on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So your defense is doing everything to keep you in it after a subpar offensive performance. So you got to reward your defense.
So you kicking the 55-yarder at the end of the game?
I got to try to, yeah.
Okay. I went with the same thing. I'd rather see the ball. I'd rather see the ball up in the air and trying than, I don't know. I just felt that, and it got blocked. They got blocked earlier, so I don't know. But I would have went with the field goal. That's just me. But it is what it is. Because if you would have converted it, probably would have been, it would have been closer. They would kick the field goal. But yeah, hey, but appreciate the call, Coach Hart.
No problem. Shout out to my homeboy Vincent B. Dancy. The B stands for brilliant. No problem.
That's a real friend right there. Appreciate it. Sonic, I don't know. I just I kind of agree with Coach Harp. You weren't don't get me wrong, 7 was good, but you're asking a lot for 7 to drive down the field. You're asking a lot for 7 to drive down the field, make big plays after big play after big play with only 1 quarter, and everything he's done. All the passes he's thrown at that point have literally been for the game. All the pressure was for the game. So I would have went for the field goal just to see, just to get the attempt. You never know. Miss it. All right, whatever. I don't know. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty, man? It's Chris from Cincinnati.
Oh, shit. What's up, Chris? Where you been at, man?
Hey, man, I've been where I'm always been working, man. That's why I got to be quick and smooth real quick.
All right,
quick
go
and
ahead.
smooth. I
Go
got to
ahead.
get in and out.
Do your thing.
Hey, man, what was JSU's OC, man?
Jason Phillips.
Man, look, he was running the ball when he should have been throwing the ball. I don't know if he got down to Miami, man. That's some Liberty City niggas, some Portland Bench projects threatening him or what. But man, some of them, I don't know, hey man, I'm watching some of them calls on 3rd down. I'm thinking like, man, that this dude, is he getting paid to throw the game? Shit had me confused, man. And then, one last thing real quick before I leave, man. Hey, that FAMU quarterback, hey man, he was scared as hell, man. It's like he looked at JSU's defense, like he looked in the mirror and said Candyman 5 times. They were coming to kill his ass. He was covered with kids like that. It's like that boy said Candyman all game. Like JSU defense was motherfucking Candyman. JSU defense was the mirror, nigga. And everybody over there was Candyman. They was covered to kill his ass, nigga. Shit was crazy. But hey, man, all in all, man, hey, man, Shador gonna be all right, man. Hey, but that's not like that. That's not like that. I gotta get back to work.
I agree.
I'm a holler at you.
All right.
All right, later.
Oh my God, boy, I missed the boy. That boy Chris from Cincinnati be killing me, boy. That boy said he don't cut, he don't miss, man. He don't miss. Oh man, that boy funny. Oh my God, that boy funny. See, this is how I know. This is how I know Bama's like him don't know football. Bro, 7 had a whole quarter. Can you please stop making excuses for him, bro? Listen, if that was Shador, they'd be like, he only had 1 quarter. Scotty, what did you expect him to do? Like Dion, he only got half of the spring. Scotty, what did you expect him to? Come on, man. Y'all are so flippy floppy, man. Like I can't even deal with y'all bums, bro. Like y'all so ooh, Jesus. Hey, Carly, you loud, talk to me.
Hey, what up, Brody?
What's up? Oh, I'm about to have back-to-back funnies. What's good, Manny?
Hey, man, you already know, man. Hey, you know why I'm calling. You know why I'm calling, man. Listen, everybody on here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all upset. It was a terrible game. You mad because Niles Gaddy wasn't the player y'all wanted him to. Hey, somebody please tell me, was Niles Gaddy still at practice?
I don't know. Why you ask?
Did he not know that it was tackling? I done watched this game 3 times, bro. He never went for a tackle. I don't think he understood that it was contact. Baby, you gotta try to hit something. You gotta try to
yo.
With none of that. He was like, oh, coach, I thought it was 2-hand touch still.
Boy, y'all wrong.
He said he thought it was 2-hand touch still, man.
Hey, he said he had a red jersey on.
Yeah, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? He said green. I can't hit green. McKay, boo. You know what I'm saying? He ran up to him and said, boo. Boo. I scared you. Throw the ball somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look, man, the game, man, the MVP of the game, man, was both the defenses, bro.
Facts.
Both of the defenses. Defensive line played for fam, which surprisingly played very well, man. Especially to be young too, played very well. Marquise Bell, I'm still looking for him. I'm still looking for him, man. Not sure what happened Sunday. I guess he called in sick. Yeah, man. McKay, listen. Now, number 2 was the backup quarterback, right?
You talking about Shador?
No. I ain't nobody talking about JSU, man.
You talking about number 7?
No. So it was number 17, McKay, and then it was number 2. They had another quarterback.
I think that's Sapp.
Number 7 because number 7 was actually the third string.
Yeah, I think that's Sapp. Cameron Sapp.
So Cameron Sapp must be straight up garbage because they put this man on in one play, and it was like, nah, son, you ain't gonna help us.
Listen, and started a true freshman. A true freshman.
Well, Cameron Sapp need to go ahead and enter the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? He need to enter the transfer portal.
Y'all are stupid.
You got Bethune Cookman actually looked pretty good, but Southern, yeah, they need help. Even though they played a good game against Troy, I don't know if you lose 55-3. That's a good game, but it was a pretty good game for them. You know what I'm saying? They had stints where they actually played pretty good, man. What's that? Alabama, because I'm trying to make it real quick.
Yeah.
Alabama State trash. Even though I like the quarterback, but they trash, man. Trash. I'm trying to tell you trash. Hey, somebody call my man. You know, I like Alabama A&M, but somebody please call. I just need somebody to play defense.
Anybody, just find somebody.
Bro, if they get one, like they just need a linebacker, a lineman, and 1 or 2 people on the back end of that defense, bro. And if they can stop somebody, they can't stop. Man, they can't stop a Pop Warner team, man.
Like, they said they scored.
I'm
said we
looking
gonna
at first
outscore them.
because I got the little package. I'm looking at all the games, so I'm thinking like, man, South Carolina State must be really like that. And
hey, that quarterback though,
just like,
hey, that quarterback, he different. He different. I don't care what nobody say. He different.
Listen, I get that to you because he did some magical stuff a couple times, man. I'm looking like, oh man, he did some stuff, but come on, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. They couldn't. Come on, man. They can't stop nobody, bro. Like, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna get you. We gonna get like, 22 other people. We just gonna go out there and all we gotta do is worry about a kill.
That's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But that's terrible. So, cause I'm about to get up out of here, man. Cause I'm out in the streets running. I got a meeting and I'm late too. But anyway, so look, as far as, you know what I'm saying, everybody on Shador right now, you know what I'm saying? He freshman, you know what I'm saying? He made some throws. I was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I give him respect for the throws. Where he lose my respect is when he tried to do too much. Now, the reason I'm so heavy on him is because his father told me and told y'all and everybody else that they call him grown, because what separates him from everybody else is his mental. If your mental is so sharp, you would know when to throw the ball away, when not to try to do more than your 5.42 40-yard running ability should.
Did you say 5.42?
Yeah, come on, man. This man looked like he was running in sand, baby. Come on, dog. Like what are you doing, baby? Throw the ball out of bounds. Let it fight another day.
Oh man, hey Manny,
Manny,
appreciate the call. I gotta let you go though, my guy. There's a lot of people.
Hey, go ahead, Brody. I'll talk to you.
All right, too easy. Mr. BJ Jones, talk to me.
Man, what's going on, man?
Nothing, chilling. What's good?
Man, first of all, you can't have nobody from Texas Southern come calling in and talk about no damn football, man. That ain't their lane. That ain't their ministry. It's not it.
Oh man, you see, I was trying to get off this thing before your spaces your spaces call. That's why I was like 20 minutes left. I'm about to get up off this, Jay. But I'm glad you called in. Talk to me.
I said, what's next? You gonna have me come on here and talk hockey? Man. man, look, week one, man, interesting week, man. I want to start with the big one. Jackson State, man, I'm impressed with Shiloh Sanders. I'm impressed with his poise and the way he has control of that offense. If you look at that football game, you won't be able to tell that one quarterback was a junior.
Facts.
And one was a true freshman.
Facts.
And one thing that I won't forget about that game, it was late in the game. I think it was like early fourth quarter. Jackson State was pinned down on the one. When that drive ended, didn't end until deep into Jackson State territory. Shador had commanded that offense. He drove them down the field. He ate a clock off the field and flipped field position. Didn't get any points, but that was key. That was crucial. The offensive line looks a lot better as far as pass blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Still got some deficiencies when it comes down to run blocking. And then, man, the other Sanders on the other side, man. We talked about him the whole summer, but Shiloh laying that wood, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's laying that wood. And I like the different blitz packages that Jackson State showed on Sunday.
Yeah, we know you're a defensive guy. Yeah, we know you're a defensive guy.
Oh yeah, I love that, man. I love the way they called it. FAMU, man, didn't adjust for anything. It took them a quarter and a half, almost 2 quarters to block Niles Gaddy. He wasn't doing anything exotic. He just lined up outside and coming. Like he was, he was hiding it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like, damn, y'all not gonna slide? You're not gonna slide that way? We're not gonna do nothing, huh? Okay.
No, we good. We good over here. We good.
But yeah, no, we good over here. Don't even worry about it. We got it.
Oh my God.
But then I watched Arkansas Pine Bluff today. I watched that game, and they were down a few players. Tyler Riff and a couple of other ones didn't play. So I won't put too much stock into it. I'm really interested to see what they do this week up against UCA, who actually played well against Arkansas State. Also this week, man, Grambling and Tennessee State. I watched that game. Dude.
Yeah, I heard it was like paint
like I said, Elijah, 43 yards passing, ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna get it. Yeah, that ain't gonna get it. But man, Grambling got the win. I don't know how good Tennessee State is though. We will see more about them, this weekend as they play Jackson State. Southern got boat raced. I'm not gonna lead them out. Like you thought I was gonna lead them out, like you were saying. Southern got boat raced. I can't tell you a positive about that game. And I was there. Run defense, looked good at times. Secondary looked lost, letting people get lost in the middle of the zone. And then offensively, you scored 3 points. It was bad. Texas Southern and Prairie View, man, look out for Jawan Pass at Prairie View. Transfer from Louisville, Puma Pass. Man, he looked good. He actually looked good, man. He got it done in the air, got it done on the ground. And then Alabama A&M found a way, to get it done against South Carolina State. Now, they've been telling me this Alabama A&M defense is much improved. I went back and watched that game, hit up the YouTube. It's gonna be a busy year for Keel Glassman. He got to do what he did, what he did in the spring, is basically carry that team on his back. So
11 times.
I know this is my week one observation.
11 times. Hey, real quick, somebody put in the they put in the comments. You dropped a power rankings. He said talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, man. So man, during the season, man, I would do a top 5 Tuesday, man. And this one thing I tell people, man, is week to week. When people like get emotional about it. I just say, the top 5 programs, right now, if I rank them 1 through 5, I had Alabama A&M number 1, Jackson State 2, NC Central 3, Bethune-Cookman 4, and A&T 5.
Okay.
And that created a lot of conversation, especially with the A&T people. How was Central, ranked over us? Well, Central won their game. We lost yours first.
Let's start there. Let's just start there.
Let's just start there. I don't really feel like I need to pull out any charts and start doing this type of calculation. How was Bethune-Cookman 4 and they lost? Well, they went toe-to-toe with UTEP and lost that game by 10 points, a game that they had opportunity to win. Jackson State, I ranked them there because I had FAMU ranked, 2 in the preseason. You beat somebody in the top 5, you get in there. And then, Alabama A&M is Alabama A&M. So, like I said, man, it's week to week. It's week 1. Don't get too excited. Everything will work itself out. And that's the biggest thing about TLP.
That's what's up. Hey, I know you're about to go on your spaces in about 7 minutes. Go ahead and shout that out. So if people want to go check your stuff out and check your spaces on Twitter. Yeah, man. If you on Twitter, man, we do this every Tuesday, man. Spaces, man. I'm at Inside HBCU Upball. We coming in, man. We talk a lot. I think FAMU might get clowned a lot tonight, just because my man from FAMU talks so much about that game. What they were gonna do to Jackson State, and that didn't happen. So yeah, man. Just come over to Twitter, look me up, BJ Jones, Inside HBCU. F-ball is my handle. I mean, just come on in, man. We talk and we have a lot of fun. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And I'll be over there in a little bit. All right, BJ, appreciate the call, my guy. All right, man. All right. All right. So listen, guys, I'm gonna end this call with Mr. Ford. I apologize if I couldn't get. Listen, the rule of the new call line, because I'm blowing up. Okay, I'm blowing up. Okay, I got a lot of callers now. Before I just had like 3 or 4 callers or whatever. So, so if you make a donation, it could be $1. Don't be cheap. $1.99, $2.99, $3.99. you get to skip the line. All right. You get to skip the line. I'll go to you next. All right. That's just how it is. But nobody donated but one person. So he got to skip the line. Everybody else, I just chose at random. All right. So I'm ending this call with Mr. Ford. This live stream would be ending with Mr. Ford. All right. So, hey, Mr. Ford, what's up? Talk to me.
Hey, listen, for some reason I'm having a problem finding out the attendance for that Orange Blossom Classic game. I wanted to know, did they break the record? The record was supposed to be 47,000. I hadn't heard. I've been looking and I've been going through looking to see what was the attendance, but I can't find it. If anybody can tell me, please let me know what was the attendance for the game on Sunday.
I don't know, but I definitely know it wasn't sold out. I mean, it probably was sold out, but it wasn't. All the tickets weren't, gone.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, guys. Oh, somebody said right here 32,000. Stephen Campbell, 32,500.
Yep, that's what he got.
Is that factual?
He was there. He was at the game. So I was at the game.
Okay.
So we both at the game.
Okay. So he said 32,000. Okay. All right. I'm just feeling good about the Swac right now. The thing that's on my mind right now is that statement Dion made about the merging and the coming together of the MEAC and the Swac. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine the MEAC and the Swac under Dr. Charles McClellan with that brilliant businessman he got? Man, I would love that. Ooh. And listen, I was talking to some people at my school today. They're all Alabama State graduates, and they told me that don't even worry about it. That situation at Alabama State is going to be taken care of. As we talk. They're getting prepared. Make that move.
Mr. Ford dropping hot news. Hot track on Alabama State.
That, the alumni is just too through. You let a little small, like you say, Division II school coming in really could have whooped you in front of your people at your stadium. And so they're saying that don't even fret about it. It's going to be taken care of. I'm just wondering, who are they going to pick as their next head coach? Because I want it to be I want it to be a Dion move. And by the way, did anybody have any questions for me?
Nobody had no. Somebody asked about PV. Somebody wanted you to talk about PV.
Listen, I'm waiting to see the game. They said that Jawan Pass put on a show. Everybody I talked to said that kid is 6'5", 6'6", and he throwing bullets, and that the game is slowed down for him. Now, I saw him when he was in high school. He went to Carver High School down here in Columbus, Georgia. From Columbus, he went up to Louisville. He actually started for Louisville, but they weren't happy with him, and they benched him for a kid from Montgomery. But from what I'm hearing, man, that guy looked good. And then the other thing is, they said Prairie View playing defense.
I heard.
You know how bad I've been talking about
facts.
This. So
it's funny.
I'm feeling really good.
It's funny you said that, Mr. Ford.
The Swac,
I said it's funny you said that because I was talking to Cut because we was talking about we were doing a week one recap, me and him, and he said honestly, he said he wasn't very impressed with the offense. He said, but the defense of Prairie View it's special. He said it has a chance to be really, really special.
Now that program is offensively led because the head coach Eric Dooley is all offense. And when you got a kid like this kid here, and you're saying the defense is ahead of the offense, hey, that Swac West better watch out. Because I've always felt like, if they get the right quarterback, but now they're playing defensive Prairie View might make a move. But I'm just, like I said, and I'm just feeling so good. I was so impressed with the game Sunday. I told you this the last time you and I talked. I just think that, somebody said, Coach Ford, thoughts on BC. Let me tell y'all something about Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman has dominated FAMU for the last 9 years. I ain't got but one problem with Bethune-Cookman. They got talent down there. I love the athletic director. He's left now. He's gone. They brought in Reggie Theus. But Bethune-Cookman got athletes. They got everything down there. I'm just not impressed with Terry Sims. To me, he's not a championship coach. But I'm just saying this. Watch out for Bethune-Cookman. Watch out for Bethune-Cookman.
Another question was, what did you think about Dion's comments about the names on the jerseys?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. We might as well come on out the dark ages. That's how Penn State was back in the day. Joe Paterno said it's not about the name on the back, it's about the name in the front and all of that. But I don't have a problem with them putting the name of a kid on the back of his jersey. You get him out there, you work the dog shit out of him all week, and then he can't have his name on the back of his jersey. Come on. Yeah, I'm for that. Yeah, but the main thing I'm for is I want to see, I love anything when black folks unite, but I would love to see the MEAC and the Swac combined. Whoa, do you know what that would mean under Dr. Charles McClellan? Whoa. You're talking about it would be the greatest black conference in the history of black college football to combine the MEAC and the Swac.
There's not that many.
Somebody said Coach Ford.
There's not that many
on A&M defense. I looked at it. I watched it, and your guy Jones just hit it. A&M is going to be led by that quarterback again. But here's the thing: all of them recruits that they got in this summer, I was looking for them.
They're hurt.
When I watched Jackson State, every kid that Dion went and got made a statement.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they are from Power 5 schools, and you said you and somebody was talking about Shiloh hurting himself by leaving South Carolina and coming to Jackson State. I want to remind you of something. Joe Flacco was at Pitt University. He was with the Pitt Panthers. He transferred from Pitt to a small school in FCS called Delaware.
Yeah, to Delaware.
And still got drafted #1. So what I'm basically saying, these schools are not, the pros don't recruit schools, they recruit talent. That guy, Shiloh, that's a bad boy. Somebody compared him to Brian Dawkins. I agree with that. That's a bad boy. I don't care if he's at Voorhees. He going pro.
Mr. Ford, everybody can't go pro on Jackson State. You love saying that. Oh, he going pro. Listen, Shiloh's measurables does not make him pro.
Scotty, I know some pro scouts, and I know what they look for. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are a lot of kids on Jackson State right now. They got what they looking for. There are certain intangibles that they look for, and they got it. They have it. That boy, from what I see, Shiloh, he's got it. He's got, like I just told you.
What has he got, Mr. Shiloh? What has he got, Mr. Ford?
And he'll go pro.
No, Mr. Ford, explain to me what he has. Explain to me what he has.
First of all, like his dad would say, he's a dog. He's a defensive back, but he hits like a linebacker. Okay? Now, you already know the bloodline. You know what comes to the table with the fact that his name is Deion.
That don't count. Michael Jordan had 3 boys that couldn't make it to the NBA. They was all trash.
They were terrible.
Come on. So what are we talking about?
Them boys Michael Jordan had couldn't outplay me. I watched them 2 years. I saw them. I'm trying to think. They were on a high school team that played against a team in Indianapolis. They were the worst 2 celebrity kids I ever seen in my life. Now, you're right about that. I saw Michael Jordan's children. They were awful. But now, let me just say this. When it comes to Deion's children, it's a different story. Shiloh is going to get a shot at the league. And I'm going to say this again. I said this all summer. That boy Shadua is the truth. Now, at the way he does those pre-snap reads, he reminds me of the kid that used to be with the Indianapolis Colts. You know who I'm talking about, the 6'6" guy.
The white boy?
Archie Manning's son. That's who he reminds me of.
Peyton Manning? You gonna give him Peyton Manning? Oh, my God. Boy, Mr.
Listen,
Ford.
when it comes to pre-snap reads, knowing where to go with the ball at the right time, yeah, I'll compare him to him. That boy, listen, we're talking about, an 18, 19-year-old kid. And the thing that I was really impressed with Sunday is his maturity. I really like when he went over and told that band to shut up. Because the boom was out of line.
They were.
He went over and gave him the signal. And that shows you he's a very mature individual. Listen, this boy is going to turn Jackson State out. Now, y'all just might as well get ready. I ain't got no hate for him, nothing. Now, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all better watch Shadua. He going to turn Jackson State out.
I don't listen. This is what's really bothering me, right? And it's not anything towards Shador because, like I said, I believe Shador's IQ is through the roof. I really do. But when it's like this, right? If I went to go play against middle school kids, right? I have a level of standard for myself. I'm going to dominate because I'm better than them, right? So what Deion did was just got a whole bunch of kids that are better than the level of play that they're currently at right now and is telling his son, don't crash the car. That's not hard. It's not. It's really not that hard. But for people to sit, for Mr. Ford, for you to sit up here and say this man he reminds you of Peyton Manning, that's a week one overreaction I've ever heard. Now, do I believe he has great command of the offense? Absolutely. Do I believe the offense is super simple?
I'm saying the way that he does his pre-snap read.
It's super simple.
Peyton Manning. He knows where to go with the football.
Because FAMU didn't change anything, Mr. Ford.
He knew where the football
Mr.
needed
Ford,
to go before the ball was
Mr. Ford, he didn't. FAMU did not do anything exotic. I could have told you where to go with the ball. They didn't change anything. It was simply a base.
No, baby. Let me tell you something. We got two things here. We got talk and then we got execution. This boy is about execution. See what me and you doing? This talking. Okay, when you put somebody out on that field, it's a different ball game. See, like I said, this is talk, and what he did is executed. I've coached quarterbacks before. You got talk, and then you got execution. This young man is about execution. Listen, somebody, before you put me out, somebody said, somebody asked me a question about Lovie Smith. No, we can't get Lovie right now. Lovie is in the NFL. He's making probably over $1 million a year. We can't get Lovie. But what we can get, I would look at maybe one of them guys off of Deion's staff. I think that Phillips guy's ready for a head coaching job. He would be good at Alabama State. I gave y'all a list one night of some people. I really would like to see Alabama State go after an offensive person who has either been on a Division I level or been in the NFL. I want them to make a Deion Sanders type hire. And let me just say this. In 2019, I think I told you this before, Jackson State spent $6 million on sports. Alabama State spent $12 million on sports. So I'm saying go out and make a big splash, Alabama State. Go out and make a big splash. I see something on here about, let's see, Mr. Ford, what's your thoughts on blow out Miles? Yeah, Southern's going to blow out Miles. And by the way, guys, y'all talking about Miles. The best football team in the SIAC is Savannah State. That's the best Division II program right now. They were blown out this weekend by Valdosta State, but you have to know I know you know the history of Valdosta State. But right now, keep your eye on Savannah State. Savannah State's the best program probably in the CIAA and the SIAC. Okay, Mr. Ford, listen, I got the greatest amount of respect for South Carolina State. I go all the way back with Willie Jeffries. There was a guy they called Wildcat. His last name was Davis. But this guy that they got at South Carolina State right now, I remember when that guy used to dominate black college football. Coach Buddy Pugh, I got the greatest respect for Buddy Pugh. Buddy Pugh's been around about 20 years, and he has been awesome. He's put players in the Go and ask that boy that plays linebacker for the Indianapolis Colts. His last name is Leonard. Ask him about Buddy Pugh. Buddy Pugh has a quality program, and he's a great coach. He's never gotten the attention he deserves. And South Carolina State is a blue blood program. Now, it's a small school. But let me just tell y'all something. When you go back and look at South Carolina State, you're talking about Harry Carson. You're talking about Charlie Brown. You're talking about Donnie Shale. You're talking about Robert Porsche. I can go on and on and on. This guy dominated black college football for a number of years. We've never gave Buddy Pugh any credit. Just a couple of years ago, they get this guy, Stacey Danley, I think, who went to Auburn. He was a running back at Auburn. He tried to come in and fire him. He tried to come in and fire Buddy Pugh. But let me just tell you, when you talk about making lemonade out of nothing, that's what they do at South Carolina State under Buddy Pugh.
I appreciate the call, Mr. Ford.
Okay, have a good
All
night
right.
here.
Guys, listen, bro. Listen, bro. There's a difference in between, like, oh my gosh, I don't get it. Let me explain something to you about, because a lot of you guys don't. You didn't. Yeah, you. I'm not even an English major, but you don't understand the English vernacular, right? Or how English words are broken down. Hating and criticism are two different things. All right. Hating is just not liking somebody because you don't like somebody. Like, oh, I don't like you because I don't like you. Like, that's a hater. Like, I have no reason not to like you, or I don't like you because whatever, right? Because you're cooler than me, or you're weirder than me, whatever. That's whatever. Criticism is saying, look, this dude is this, but this is his problem. This dude is this, but he's not all world. So I'm gonna say this very simply and mild and plain, because I'm gonna say it slow so people don't say I'm yelling, and I'm gonna say it calmly so people don't say I'm emotional. My fandom for Quincy Casey started with his arm talent. I feel he's special arm talent. And even with my critique of Quincy's, I can't give him anything because he hasn't led a team for a full season. I can't give it to you. Like, I understand that. You haven't been in a dogfight enough times for me to be like, yo, Quincy Casey is the best thing smoking. All I say is I believe Quincy Casey is a damn good quarterback, but I still haven't seen him in a tough battle. I haven't seen him, doing how he bounced back off their loss after throwing a pick. I haven't seen all those things because, one, he's never thrown a pick since he's been at Jackson State, and two, he's been successful in his starts, quarterback wise, right? So my thing with Shedeur is, once again, I'm not downplaying Shedeur. Like I've said, his game was a C-. He threw some great passes. Like, I'm talking about the one Lotto pinpoint, talking about the back shoulder fade to Trevante Rucker, the 50-50 ball, like, threw great passes. Like, I'm not taking anything away from him. What I'm saying is the overreaction to say that this man is Peyton Manning. You're smoking crack. Like, you're smoking crack. Like, this man came down to the FCS level. Like, let's be, and Mr. Ford tried to make the assumption of Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco had a cannon, okay? Like, he was 6'6", 6'7", with a rocket arm, killing Bama's at Delaware, okay? Totally different analogy. Shiloh Sanders, I'm not saying is a scrub, and I agree with, I wholeheartedly agree with Mr. Dante when he said he's a field general, but he's not Peyton Manning. Like, that offense is not difficult. Like, I really need y'all to understand that offense is a very, very, very simple offense. It's a great offense for college because it's simply whatever the defense does, you just do the opposite. Okay, they want to drop back, you take the underneath. They want to leave you a hole, you take the, like, if you know what they're running, you know exactly where to go with the ball. It's not that hard. But does he have to make the throws? Abso-freaking-lutely. And I did not take anything away from Shedeur making the throws, because gosh darn it, he made the throws. He made all the throws you want to see. But to say this man is Peyton Manning is bonkers. To say he would do this at Florida State is bonkers. To say he would do this at a Power 5 level is bonkers. Like, because understand, the talent level has all gone. The talent level he came to has gone down, but his dad has influxed his. So now you're playing with a stacked deck. You're playing with a stacked deck. All I'm saying is, if Shedeur could have that same team in the spring and doing what he's doing now, I would give him 10 times more credit. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all can flip it, script it. How I'm a hater, I don't know, blah 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 blah, whatever. However y'all want to do it. But the same thing I said, I'm gonna repeat. I said the same thing Mr. Ford. I said the same thing Mr. BJ said. I said, if you were watching the game, you could not tell. You would think McKay was the freshman and Shedeur was the 4-year person in the program. And that's his demeanor, his swag, like his confidence is through the roof. Not taking anything up. I'm not taking that away from Shedeur. All I'm saying is he's not all that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He's great. He's great at what he does. Does it very well. Peyton Manning, no. That's it. All right. So we'll just leave it like that. Hey guys, once again, I'm about to get off this stream. You guys got to start calling early, man. Black people, y'all can't listen. When I say the call lines are open, or when you see my face jump on the screen, you can call in and be on hold. I'll definitely get to you first, or you can Snapchat or you can super chat $1, $2, $3, or whatever to jump the line. You don't want to jump the line, you're gonna end up being on hold. And now I'm getting off the break. I'm getting off the live. It's either one. It's either one. You get what I'm saying? So it's however y'all want to do it. But I'm about to get up out of here. All right. So you can catch me on BJ Jones's Twitter, HBCU Inside F Ball. We're gonna be over there on the spaces. I'm gonna go join over there. Y'all can go tune into that. But until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm a holla. God bless.